We have page 169 in your grammar, and we're super duper close to finishing this book.
Yeah,
Super duper. Next week will be
crazy.
our last lesson, grammar. We have 3 weeks of school left. For me anyway, after today, you only have 3 more classes and then we're done. So it's crazy.
What happens if we don't finish the stuff?
Yeah, we won't get through all of it. That's okay. You can still move on to the next level because you have enough of it now. So if you want to, if your mom or dad wants you to take the class again, the next level, then that's okay. You don't have to finish it completely. So
Okay.
good question though. Page 169, we're reviewing coordinating conjunction. You guys remember that? That's fanboys. And it says a coordinating conjunction connects the same type of words, phrases, or clauses. And then it says, what are the 7 coordinating conjunctions? And I'm hoping you guys remember what fanboys stands for. Anybody remember what fanboys stand for? I see Olivia, I see Lacey. How about Christopher? Do you remember fanboys? Yeah, Liana? Okay, so how about we just take turns? I'll start with Olivia. What is the F for?
4.
For. And then Christopher, what's A?
And
And go ahead and write these down. Liana, do you remember N? What N is for? She's looking for it.
and
Yeah,
um
it's one we don't use very often. I'll say that, but it's there. Do you remember?
no.
It's nor. Neither this nor that. We don't use it very often, but it is a word. And then B, Lacey,
What?
good, with 1 T, not 2 T's. Then Olivia, O,
4.
or, and then Y, Christopher. Remember why? It's yet. And then do you remember the S, Liana?
Um so
There you go. So it's or and nor, but or yet so. That spells out fanboys. If you look at each first letter here, it spells out fanboys. Those are your coordinating conjunctions. Okay. So if you can memorize those words, that's best. And then you know what those are. Down here it says, find the coordinating conjunction and circle the words it connects. So go ahead and read the first sentence, Olivia, and then tell us what the coordinating conjunction is.
read it out loud.
Yes, please.
The princess hid the cloak, the horn, and bag.
Good.
So it connects horn and bag.
Okay, good. And what is the fanboy's word?
And
There you go. So we'll label that CC. And then circle horn, circle bag, but you know what? There's one more word that it connects because it has 3 things that they're talking about.
cloak.
There you go. So in this one, this connecting 3 of the same type of words, those are all nouns. So that conjunction and is connecting those 3 nouns together.
Yeah.
In the next sentence, go ahead, Christopher, read this one.
She did not want to give them to her father or to the soldier.
Okay, good. What is the coordinating conjunction first? Go ahead and stay unmuted.
Or
Or, good. So we'll put CC there. And then can you tell me what 2 parts of the sentence it's connecting?
father and soldier.
Okay, for this one, we're going to circle to her father and to the soldier because it's really connecting those prepositional phrases. To the father, to her father is a prepositional phrase.
Yeah.
And to the soldier is also a prepositional phrase. So it's connecting those 2 parts of the sentence together. That was good, Christopher. So then Liana, go ahead and read the next one.
The beautiful but greedy princess was unhappy.
Good. So what is the coordinating conjunction?
Um,
One of the fanboy words up here.
but
Good. So we're going to label that CC for coordinating conjunction. And then what two words is it connecting? There are actually two adjectives in this one.
the princess?
No, not the princess. Look before and after the CC here.
Beautiful and greedy?
There you go. These are both adjectives. And that CC is connecting those two adjectives. So beautiful but greedy means they're kind of opposite, right? So beautiful is telling how she looks, but greedy, she's got kind of a bad side to her too, right?
Yeah.
Kind of like good and bad.
Mhm.
Okay, so the next one, Lacey, go ahead and read this one.
We wanted relief, yet she refused to tell the truth.
Good. Okay, what's the CC?
Yet
Good. And then what is it connecting?
refuse and relief.
Close. Refused is one. That's a verb. So what's another verb on this side?
Wanted.
Wanted. There you go. So wanted and refused. So whenever you're connecting two types of words together, they're going to be the same type, actually. So two nouns, two verbs, two adjectives, two prepositional phrases. So whenever you use one of these fanboy words, you're connecting two of the same type of words together in the sentence. So good. It says here, add coordinating conjunctions to the following sentences. So it says, the princess slept all night, blank was still tired. So Olivia, what's a word we can put here from fanboys?
The princess slept all night, but was still tired.
Good. You can put but and yet would also work there. So there's a couple of choices, but I like but. And then this one says for Christopher, the king loved his daughter, blank, he corrected her. What word from the fanboys list would fit there, do you think?
So
Yes, so would work, or you could put yet there too. But the king loved his daughter, so he corrected her. He's correcting her because he loves her. So that works there. And then the last one, Liana, the princess ate oatmeal, raisins, blank, walnuts.
and
There you go. And notice your listing here. So you have commas in between because you have three things there. Good, you guys. Okay, so now we're going to move on to the practice page. And I'm going to have Lacey read it today. Go ahead when you're ready, Lacey.
since the princess wanted the since the princess wanted the three stolen gifts, she denied that she had stolen the property.
Okay. Princess has some issues here. She's not practicing self-control. I'll just say that. She's just kind of giving into her greediness here. But denied means said something that is not true. So she's basically lying here. So denying something is telling a lie. So let's put a check there. And you probably noticed right away the number 3. It doesn't
Yeah.
really look right. Yeah. So we need to actually spell out 3 here because whenever you have a story or a writing, it's when it's one word for a number, you want to spell it out. So we'll just check that one off. And then Olivia, well, actually everybody just find the articles first by yourself. And then Olivia, I'll have you do the nouns in a second here. Articles are pretty easy. So nouns, Olivia, when you're ready.
Princess, gifts, and property.
Good. That was quick. You got it. And then Christopher, when you're ready, we need two pronouns here.
She.
Good.
He.
And she again. Good. She and she. Good. And Liana, adjectives. So telling more about a noun. So what adjectives do you see? There's two. I'll give you a clue. It's going to tell about the gift. So what two words tell like how many or what kind of gifts?
3.
3 is one. Good. And then what kind of gifts are they? What kind of gifts?
Stolen gift?
There you go. Good. Yes. So we have 3 and stolen. They're right next to each other, but both of those are telling about the gifts, and that's what adjectives do. They tell more about the noun. Good. Lacey, what about the that clause?
That she had stolen the property.
Good. That's right. And we're going to write the word that on top of that. Adverb clause, Olivia, that's your Asia word.
Since
Good. And then where does it end?
since the princess wanted the 3 stolen gifts.
Perfect. Yep. And we're going to label it AC for adverb clause. Man, we're doing good. And now we're going to move on to verbs and then subjects. So Christopher, what about the verbs?
Stolen.
Good.
Denied.
Good.
Wanted.
Good. And there's one helping verb in here.
Had.
There you go. Awesome. And then Liana, let's look at those verbs. So we have wanted first. So who wanted?
The princess?
There you go. Good. So the princess is subject. And then we've got just these two words here. This is pretty easy, but who denied here?
She?
She. Good. And inside the that clause, who had stolen?
She had stolen?
She had stolen. Good. That's how you find the subject. You ask yourself, look at those verbs. That's why we always find those first. And then you ask who or what. Sometimes it's a thing. Okay. Nice, you guys. Capital, Olivia, or no, I'm sorry, it's Lacey's turn. Where's the capital?
Since.
Since, good. And then, of course, the end mark is just a period. So we did it. Yay. Pretty easy. You guys are really good at this. So your homework is going to be 172, 173, and 174 this week. Nice job. And now we got to get out your binders. We have been talking about the nomads in the Sahara Desert. We're going to talk about those again today. I want you to get out your keyword outline that we started last week. Talking about the Bedouin people. Remember that? They were interesting. Yeah. So we're going to finish up this outline because I didn't give you any new writing assignment this week. So we're going to finish this up so you can get ready for your first paragraph here. This is where we left off. You had A done. So make sure you find your big white page here. We've got the Bedouin nomads, Sahara, moves place to place, raise camels, goats, tent, black goat hair, pillows, carpets, cushions. And then under B, we had Bedouin, nomads, Sahara, eat, dairy, dates, rice, use star, guides, travel, and then night. Is that what you guys have too? Give me a thumbs up if you have that too. Okay, good. Lacey?
You told us to finish it. So you said to finish the
A, B, and C?
this
Let me check, because I think you're right. Let me check the homework assignment because I'm drawing a blank here. Hold on. Oh yeah, finish A and B. Is that what I told you to do?
well, you just said to finish B because we already finished A.
Okay, good. Thank you for that reminder. Sometimes I forget what class is doing what, but okay, so give me a thumbs up if you guys did finish B on your outline. I see Lacey's and Christopher. Okay. And Olivia, did you finish B yet or not yet?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So, Lacey, what do you have for number 3 on yours?
For mine, I have Dylan, Noma, and Sahara, dairy, dates, rice, use guide, travel, possessions, horses carry, 160 words, normal size.
Okay, good. So you had possessions, horses carry? Yeah, because I think that part of the paper said that the camels carry the possessions, right? And then the horses carry the people. So I wonder if you should put like a C with a circle around it by possessions. And then maybe draw a little stick figure by the horses. So you know when you go to write that paragraph, if you use that fact, then you know the camels carried the possessions and then the horses carried the people. Okay.
Mhm.
So you can fix that. And Olivia, what did you get for here, number 3?
160 words for camel.
Yes, that was interesting, huh? And did you have anything for 4 and 5?
Yes.
What did you have for 4?
Chiefs own 1,000 camels
Whoa.
and in and Winter Stay Valley.
Okay, good. Those are both good facts. How about you, Christopher? What did you have for 3?
So ask travelers.
Oh, yeah. Okay, that's when they need if they get lost. Yep. Okay. Do you have anything for 4 and 5?
More than 160 words for camels.
Good. And then do you have anything for 5? No. Okay, that's fine because these are optional. How about you, Liana? What do you have for your 3?
Oh, I have
Did you not get a chance to do it yet?
I kind of did it, but not that much yet.
Okay. So make sure to finish that part after class, okay? Because you need to have at least a 3 here for B, okay? All right. So let's move on to C. Nobody has anything for C yet, right?
No.
Okay. So that means we need to find article C, which is going to be source text 18.3. It's this one, page 157. So find that one. And the first thing we need to do is label this as C so that we can remember this is going to go with all the C's, right? So we got to put a C at the top there. And then remember last time what we did, we found the word Bedouin in the first paragraph, and then the word Tuareg, just so we can remember there's two different types of people we're talking about here. So today we're going to just keep focusing on the Bedouin people, and then we'll move into the Tuareg a little bit later. So give me a thumbs up if you got your C and you circled both of those words. Okay, good. I see that. And then Christopher, did you do it? Okay, turn your screen down again. I can't see you again. Okay. I'm going to read and then you guys underline just like we did before. And I'm going to help you underline some facts here too, okay? Some of these facts we already have on our outline. So if you already have a fact, I don't want you to write it again. Try to find something different, okay? One of the nomadic groups in the Sahara Desert is called the Bedouin. We already have that. Some of the people now drill for water in the desert, but others have to stay 40 miles away from the nearest source of water. So I kind of think that's interesting. Drill for water. I'm going to underline drill for water in the desert. And that other part about 40 miles away, I'm going to think about that. I don't know if I'm going to underline that yet because I want to see if there's other stuff that's better. A few households have solar refrigerators that their camels carry during journeys. Whoa, okay. Solar refrigerators. You guys know what solar means?
Yes.
Okay, so it is basically the sun is powering these refrigerators. So they probably have like a little panel or something that absorbs the sunlight. That is interesting because earlier we were wondering how they were carrying around their dairy because dairy, like milk and cheese and stuff like that, goes bad if it gets warm. So interesting. Solar refrigerators. I bet they're small. I can't imagine, like our size refrigerators. That would be crazy putting that on a camel. Poor camel. But I'm thinking they're like the little refrigerators. Okay. A refrigerator is important for storing vaccines. Okay, we didn't talk about that yet. Vaccines are like shots that you get from the doctor to protect you from getting certain illnesses. But I'm thinking, animals have to have vaccines too, because they can get disease. So the vaccines have to stay cold in the refrigerator. So I think I'll underline important for storing vaccines. And then it says the Bedouin earn money by selling or trading their animals in town. I'm going to keep going. Then they obtain coffee, rice, and other foods the desert cannot provide. Okay, so far we have 1, 2, 3 facts. So I'm going to wait and see if I find something else. The Bedouin are able to use the wool and skin from their goats to make their own clothes, bags, and sandals. Okay, I kind of like that idea. I'm going to underline wool and skin from their goats to make their own bags and sandals. I'm kind of underlining a big part of that sentence there. It's kind of sad to think about a goat being butchered, but they do. And, these people need the meat from the goat, but then they use other parts of the goat too, like their skin. I don't know why they're calling it wool because wool is really from a sheep. So I'm wondering if they kind of messed up on that fact because wool does not come on a goat unless they're like a crossbreed. Sometimes they have like wool-like hair. But anyway, since the 1950s, some of the Bedouin have been moving to cities because they want benefits such as better health care, higher paying jobs, and education for their children. Well, that kind of makes sense because if they're just traveling and walking from place to place, they're not doing school, maybe a little bit of school, but they'd have to carry the books with them, right? Maybe they do. Maybe they do like homeschooling like you guys do. But they don't make any money out there. There's nobody paying them really. And healthcare is basically getting to see a doctor because they probably don't see doctors very often. So some of them move into the city for that reason. But I'm going to keep it with the facts that we underline. Let's keep it simple for this. So let's start moving some of these facts now over to C on our outline here. Drill. Oh, first we have to write Bedouin, nomads, and Sahara. So we still have the same fact here. And then drill water, and
Mhm.
desert. That's an easy one. And then we had solar, refrigerators, and vaccines. I think we just put that. Solar, refrigerators, that's a big one. Refrigerators. And then vaccines. I know
Yeah.
I'm kind of fast, so I want you guys to kind of just copy what I'm doing here because I want to try to get to the Tuareg paragraph too. So, and then we had the part about wool and skin from goats to make their own clothes, bags, and sandals. So I'm going to put wool, comma, skin, goats. I'm going to make this two separate. Actually, you know what we could do is draw. Let's do that. After goats, can we draw like a t-shirt? That's pretty easy to draw. Or if you want to draw some
Yeah.
pants
That's easy.
or a dress or something. Okay, that's my t-shirt. You probably are better at drawing that than me. And then a bag, I'm going to draw like a little purse that has a handle here. And a little, there we go. Okay, that kind of looks like a purse, kind of, sort of.
Yeah.
So you can see it. You draw it however you want to. So clothes, bag, and sandals. Let's see, how are we going to draw sandals? I'm going to draw like a flip-flop. I'm going to try. Let's see, how does that work? Oh, yeah, that kind of looks like, okay. Hey, that came out pretty good. Like a flip.
Yeah, it did. It's good.
Thank you. Sometimes I surprise myself. You guys are better drawers than me. Okay, let me know when you got that done. Okay, I see that. Good. Liana, while you're waiting on B, I think one thing you could put here for number 3 is 160 words for camel. We'll put
Okay.
that quotes. If you want to add that to your number 3, then you have that done. Excuse me. Got it, Christopher? And Olivia, looks like you're done. Lacey, did you have a question?
For mine.
Okay. All right. So, oh, look, I made a note for myself. Talk about eat 8. I hope I remember before the end of class. So, all right, now we're going to move down to your fused outline. And this is when, you guys know this from the last thing you did with the tortoises. You're going to pick some facts, a little bit from A, a little bit from B, and a little bit from C, and then we're going to put them all together in the fused outline here. That's what that means. We're kind of gluing those facts together. But notice you have more than 6 facts up here. So you're going to have to pick and choose what you want to put down in your fused. The first step, though, is to write next to Roman numeral 1, we still need to make sure to put, we're writing about the Bedouin right now. Bedouin and the nomads and Sahara. So when you decide on what facts to copy down here, you have to really think about a logical order of how you would tell about these people. So for instance, if I just jumped right into they carry solar refrigerators for vaccines. If that was the first sentence, that might be weird because the people reading your paper might go, what are we talking about? Solar refrigerators? It doesn't make sense right out of the blue like that. So you want to make sure to go in order of what makes sense and how do you explain these people. So really, I think the first one we really should talk about is how they move from place to place. That gives you an idea of these people walking in the desert and they don't really have a home. So I'm going to circle it first here. Moves, place, arrow, place. I'm going to copy it right here. Moves, place, arrow, place. So that's telling us what the nomads do. That's important to put first. So whenever you're fusing these outlines, think about that, okay? Now you can cross out number 1 after you copied it, so we know we already used that. Now from here, does anybody have any ideas of what fact you think would go next? You can pick from any of these, A, B, and C. What's another fact that you think would be a good one to put next? Lacey, what do you think?
That they eat dairy, dates, and rice.
Okay, I like that one. Eat dairy, dates, and rice. Now, if you guys want to put something different, you can. So look at your choices and you pick one to put for number 2. I'm going to do the one that Lacey said.
Okay.
I'm going to do a little Pac-Man. I'm copying. Oh, I forgot to circle it. It helps me remember what I'm copying. So dairy, dates, and rice. Okay, and I'm going to cross it out because I used that one already. Now, from here, it's some of them, they could be any fact, really. We just wanted to make sure to talk about like what they do, like who they are, and that they travel. So, who else has an idea of what we could put next as a fact? What do you think, Olivia?
That the nomads travel at night.
Okay. They use the stars to guide them and travel at night. That's a good one. So if you like that fact next, you can copy what I'm doing here, or if you have a different order you want to do it in, that's okay, because some of them can be moved around. All right, so I'm going to copy that one. Use stars, guide, travel, and then I have a moon here. Cross that out. Okay, what do you think, Christopher? What's another one that we can put next? You have an idea, Christopher? No, you don't know? You can just pick one of the facts up above. I'll give you a couple ideas because I kind of think before we talk about like the tents being made out of the goat hair and all that, we probably need to mention that they raise those animals first. Or you can talk about how they drill water in the desert. Either one of those would work. What do you think, Christopher?
How they drill water in the desert.
Okay. Did you have an idea too? I saw your hand, Olivia.
Yeah. So I put for 4 raised camel goats, and then what if you put, because it says they use the wool and skin of the goat to make like their purses and clothes, but they also use it to make tents. So what if we put they make items out of goat hair?
Yeah, I like that idea. So Christopher, if you want to do the water part, you can do that next. And I like Olivia's idea too. So you can decide how you want to end this here. But she's suggesting we talk about how this one, under A, number 2, raise camels, goats. That actually would make sense here. camels, goats. And then she's suggesting we pick stuff about that. And really, you've got some choices here, even the 160 words for camel, if you have that fact, or you can use anything that relates to those animals can go next. So she's thinking maybe from here, we can pick this one and see wool, skin, goats, copy that one down. Wool, skin, goats, and then draw your clothes. Oh, that looks a little better.
Hmm.
In your bag.
Actually, what I was saying is we kind of combine the two together to just say items.
Oh yeah, well, we want it. That's the thing though about this is you have to copy. So you can't really change what your facts are. I know you're trying to combine it and make it into one fact, but really this part you have to actually copy the actual words that we got from the articles. So it's better to just list them out like that. Okay, and then the last one, so you have some choices for the last one. You can say tent, black goat hair, or pillows, carpets, and cushions. Those are all made out of goat stuff too. So you can decide. I think I'll pick the tent and the black goat hair. But see how, so you can kind of make it your own facts that you want to list here. If you copy mine, that's okay too. Black goat and hair. Okay, I'll wait until you're done with your fused. Give me a thumbs up when you're done copying down those facts. Okay, did you have a question, Lacey?
I said I need help on my last three. I don't know what
Okay. So what did you put for, so you're trying to figure out what to put for number 4?
for number 4, number 5, and number 6.
Do you like the idea of talking about the camels and goats, or you want to do something different than that?
Well, it's either the camels and the goats, or like the winter, and then
Winter, they stay in the valleys. Yeah,
the solar refrigerators, and they draw the water from the desert, and the
yeah.
wood per camel. Those are all the ones that I was like thinking I could put, but like so many to choose from.
So many to choose from. That's the hardest part is picking because some of them are really good and you want to use them. So I think after traveling at night, I like the idea of doing the one about the winter in the valleys. You can do that next for number 4. Okay. And then drill, water, desert, and then solar refrigerator vaccines. That would work in that order. Does that make sense? Okay, so go ahead and write that down. Did you get this down, Liana? You're good?
Yeah.
Christopher, are you good? And Olivia, you got yours down too?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. And we'll give Lacey a second. She'll copy those down. So now what I want you to do is just do a big circle around the fused outline. And while Lacey, you can finish up yours real quick. I'm just going to keep talking here, but this week you're going to actually write your first paragraph, okay? And you're only going to use the fused outline because now you have all the facts that you've taken from each of the different sources and putting them together into one. So remember what you guys are doing is summarizing multiple references. So you have more than one article, different articles. And when you summarize, remember we talked about that a while ago, some, S-O-M-E, that's what you're focusing on is some facts. You're not going to write all of them, even though they're all kind of cool. You have to force yourself to just pick some and put them together. Now, when you're writing this, you will need to transition between facts. Like, don't just say they move from place to place. They eat dairy. They use the stars. You're going to say another thing that the Bedouin people use is blank, or in addition to blank, they blank, or something like that. So you're going to need to think of those transition words. And by the way, I know that I talked to you about this before, but oops, is it in here? I am going to, I don't see it in my binder, but in your Google Classroom, I'm going to attach a list of those transition type words for you so you can use those if you need to between facts. Let me make a note of that really quick. Attach transitions list. Do you guys have any questions about how to make the paragraph from here? Any questions about that? Olivia?
So, are we only doing this story on the Bedouins, or are
No.
we waiting for the Tuareg? And are we going to combine the two paragraphs together?
Okay, good question. We are
Thanks
going
for-
to move on to the Tuareg next, but that's going to be a second paragraph. So your report is going to be 2 paragraphs. Okay.
Okay.
This one's going to be all about the Bedouin. And then we're going to try to get through the next set of keyword outlines so that you're ready to do your Tuareg too. We'll see how far we get today.
So, if we do get done with the Tuareg part of the keyword outline, are we going to write both of our paragraphs this week?
We'll see. I haven't decided yet, but I'll tell you before we end class. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so on the back, now I want you to turn your white page over to the back side. It's already folded, it's already ready to go. Now we're going to set up the next outline. So we need to put an A, and this time we're going to put a Roman numeral 2 because this is now your second paragraph. Okay, so we're going to do Roman numeral 2 and 1 through 5. Remember, don't scrunch them up too tight. Space them out a little bit, and you're going to put 4 and 5 in parentheses. So now we're going to set it up for the Tuareg. And then the same thing for B, and it's Roman numeral 2 now. Remember, Roman numeral 2 represents your second paragraph. And then again for C, because we have 3 different articles that we're reading. Roman numeral 2. I'll give you time to get this done. And then at the bottom, you have your fused outline. And that one's going to be Roman numeral 2 and then 1 through 6. And then I'll slow down here. Are you working on Roman numeral 2, Christopher? Okay. So you should have a little outline for A, B, and C, and then you're fused down here, just like we did on the other side. But they're all going to be Roman numeral 2. We probably won't finish it all today, Olivia, but for sure you're going to at least do your Bedouin paragraph. I think that's where what you're going to focus on this week. So we'll see how far this goes. And then you probably guessed this already, but I am going to have you next to Roman numeral 2. I'm going to have you copy that word Tuareg. Tuareg. And then go ahead and put Sahara next to it too. And we're just going to keep it 2 words for right now. Okay, so next to all the Roman numeral 2s, I want you to put Tuareg, Sahara. And then again, Tuareg, Sahara, Tuareg, Sahara. And then on the fused, Tuareg, Sahara. And then I'm going to have you add an extra line there. We haven't decided what we're going to put there yet, but leave a blank just so that we can put something later. But the A and the B and the C just have Tuareg, comma, Sahara. And then give me a thumbs up when you got all that done. Okay, good. 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 Olivia, you're good? Not yet? Okay. While she's finishing that up, I want you guys to go back to the first article that you put an A on. Because remember, A goes with A. Got to keep it organized like that. I erased mine because this is my teacher copy, but yours should already have an A here on yours. And then you have stuff underlined in the first paragraph, but now we're going to focus on the second paragraph, which is about the Tuareg. So this is page 153, called Nomadic Peoples of the Sahara Desert. Yes, Olivia?
Also for the Tuareg, there's a little bit on the back too for the
Okay.
Tuareg.
Okay, thank you. We'll make sure to read that too. Okie doke. I'm going to start reading. You guys focus on underlining things that stand out. I'm going to underline too, so we'll do that part together. The Tuareg are nomadic people of the Sahara Desert. So we already know that because that's what this whole subject is. They travel with their grazing animals across the land. We already know about the animals. They also have a home where they grow crops. I didn't know that, so I'm going to underline a home where they grow crops. Do you guys know what crops are?
Yes.
Basically like a garden, a big one. So they're growing vegetables. So they do have a home where they do that. The Bedouin don't. They don't have a home to go back to. So these are a little bit different. They are sometimes called blue men because the men wear a blue cloth across their faces and blue robes. Okay, I'm going to keep going. Their skin might look blue if the indigo dye rubs off. Interesting. So indigo is another word for blue. And then the dye is how they color their fabric. So sometimes I guess it wears off on their skin. And then they look like blue men. So I kind of think that's interesting. I'm going to underline where it says blue men. And then I'm going to underline the part that says wear a blue cloth across their faces. We could draw a little face. That would be easy. And then I'm going to put skin might look blue if the indigo dye rubs off. So I'm going to put that too. So we can figure out how do we put that fact in the outline so we can remember that part. Okay, I'm going to keep going. They are not a small group. There are about 1 million Tuareg across the Sahara and Sahelian lands. Whoa, 1 million. I got to underline that. 1 million Tuareg. And I'm just going to put across the Sahara. I'm not going to mention the other place because we already know about the Sahara. Sahelian, I think, Sahelian. The Sahel is not a desert. It is a region of the Sahara Desert. Okay, I'm going to keep going. The Tuareg travel over plains, grasslands, and volcanic mountains following their animals. Interesting. So they don't use the stars. It sounds like they just follow their animals. That's weird and kind of cool. I think I'm going to underline that though. Travel over plains. I'm back on the front side. I wanted to make sure to include that. Plains are like flat places, right? They're flat. And then I'm going to flip it over and underline grasslands and volcanic mountains, and they're following their animals. I guess I'll include that too. We might not be able to have room to put all of this, but we'll try. Each family lives in its own tent that is named after their mother. Huh. I'm going to underline that. Family lives in its own tent that's named after their mother. So they name their tents. Whatever your mom's name is, that's the name of the tent. Some households prefer grass houses. Wealthier families live in dried clay homes called adobe houses. So they're totally different. The Bedouin had goat hair tents, right? These guys actually have, I'm going to underline grass houses, dried clay homes. I think we have too many facts underlined, but that's okay. We can pick and choose now which ones we want to put. Okay. So what I want to do next, though, is go on to B, because I'm going to have you, let's see what time we got. We're going to stop here because I need to talk to you about eat and 8, because I'm going to be mad if I don't. I don't want to forget. So here's what part of your homework is going to be. You're going to transfer your facts from A to A. So the first part of your homework is to write this paragraph about Bedouin. You're ready to go for that. And then just to get this started, you're going to transfer the things that you underlined here. You're going to have to pick and choose, because I think we have more than 5 there. But you're going to transfer in keywords the facts for just A. Okay, Olivia?
On our outline for the Bedouin,
Mm-hmm.
is it okay if we make little notes, like if we have Bedouin nomad Sahara and we want to put, let's say, a dress up word in there, can we add a little sign for the dress up word where we want it to remember?
Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah, I'm okay with that. Yeah. If that helps you with your dress ups, yep, you can do that. Good idea.
Because it might be easier because you can plan ahead of when you're writing.
Good thinking. And really, what you could do is in parentheses, you could write the word, like you can put, if you think of a good ly word, you, instead of just drawing a symbol for that, because that might be hard to remember, you could put in parentheses like unusually or surprisingly, whatever ly word you like, you want to use in that sentence. That's a really good idea, Olivia, to kind of plan ahead on that. I like it. So you can put it in parentheses. So I know that it's not part of your outline, but it's just a note for yourself what dress up you want to use. Okay. Any other questions about your homework this week? No?
No.
Lacey, Christopher, no questions? Okay. In your binder, because like I said, I'm going to be mad if I forget this, so we're going to do it right now. I want you to turn to the banned words tab, kind of toward the back. You don't have to get this page out. You can just leave it in your binder. Don't open the rings or anything. But way back here, it's behind this tab that says banned words. Just turn to that page. Don't open your rings. Just leave it right there because you can write while it's in there. You should have on here already say, said, seesaw, think, thought, go, went, and now we need to add good, bad down here on the bottom. Not good, bad, sorry, eat, ate. Hello. Eat / 8, okay? And that's been on our list for a while. I just keep forgetting to talk about it, but put it down here on this bottom list. Christopher,
I don't see that page.
are you looking behind the banned words tab right here? Yeah. Olivia?
My tablet is acting a little weird, so I can't see your screen, but I can just listen.
Okay, did you find the blue page in your binder?
Yeah, I found it. My
Okay, good.
thing says low battery, and I only have 10% battery.
Uh-oh. Well, we're almost done, so I think you'll be okay. And Liana, did you have something to say?
My book thing does not have that.
Oh, no. Well, maybe get out a lined piece of paper. If you guys can't find it, at least write it down somewhere. I don't know what happened. Do you have yours, Lacey? Okay, good. So, Olivia, what's another word we could use instead of eat or ate? Do you have an idea?
Consume.
Yes, consume. Devour is one. Gobble up. Like if you're super hungry, you're going to gobble up the pizza as fast as you can, right? We could say chewed and swallowed. I'm doing this kind of fast because we're out of time. So you guys just copy these words. I'll zoom in so you can see that a little better. Swallowed. Any other ideas on how you could say eat or ate? Lacey?
I forgot it.
You forgot? Okay.
Nibbled.
Oh, good one. I didn't think of that one. Chomped. There we go. That's kind of the opposite of nibbled, huh? You chomp on something. Okay, so when you're writing about the Bedouin this week, and you're talking about how they eat dairy, dates, and rice, make sure you don't say eat.
Found it.
You're gonna pick oh good, yay. You're gonna pick a different word instead of eat or ate. And if you don't like any of these, you can always go to a thesaurus or online. If you ask your mom or dad, if you can look up another word for it. Lacey?
I remember the word. It was devoured.
Oh, devoured. And we already have that one here, devour. That's a good one though. I like it. And you can put an ED if you want.
Graze.
Oh, yeah.
Feed.
Raise, feed, or yeah, you guys are thinking now, feed or feast on something. That would also work. I'm going to stop there because I'm out of room, but there's lots more. So don't forget when you're writing about the Bedouin, don't use eat or ate. Okay, try to think of a different word to use. Okay, so just really quick, your homework is to write about the Bedouins. You have your checklist here. Don't forget about that. You have to use this when you're writing your paragraph. You have 6 things, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 dress ups now. And your topic clinchers. Don't forget about that. Okay. Any questions before we go?
No.
You're good? You're okay. You guys have a great week and I will see you next week.
Bye.
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 Bye.